Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 16, text number 27. Brahmovāca atha te munayo dṛṣṭvā nayanānanda-bhājanam vaikuṇṭhaṁ tad-adhiṣṭhānaṁ vikuṇṭhaṁ ca svayam-prabham. Brahmovāca atha te munayo dṛṣṭvā nayanānanda-bhājanam vaikuṇṭhaṁ tad-adhiṣṭhānaṁ vikuṇṭhaṁ ca svayam-prabham. Yes, Prabhuji. Matajis. Word to word meaning. Brahmovāca. Lord Brahma said, atha, now, te, those, munayo, sages, dṛṣṭvā, after seeing, nayana, of the eyes, ānanda, pleasure, bhajanam, producing, vaikuṇṭhaṁ, the Vaikuṇṭha planet, tad, of him, adhiṣṭhānam, the abode, vikuṇṭhaṁ, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, cha, and svayam-prabham, self-illuminating. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shil Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Lord Brahma said, after seeing the Lord of Vaikuṇṭha, the Supreme Person of Godhead, in the self-illuminated Vaikuṇṭha planet, the sages left that transcendental abode. Purport. The transcendental abode of the Supreme Person of Godhead, as stated in Bhagavad-gītā and confirmed in this verse, is self-illuminated. In Bhagavad-gītā it is said that in the spiritual world there is no need of sun, moon or electricity. This indicates that all the planets there are self-illuminated, self-sufficient and independent. Everything there is complete. Lord Kṛṣṇa says that Once one goes to that Vaikuṇṭha planet, he never returns. The inhabitants of Vaikuṇṭha never return to the material world, but the incident of Jaya and Vijaya was a different case. They came to the material world for some time and then they returned to Vaikuṇṭha. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militamena Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyanta Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Tushe Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Runda Vaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namah Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Be'evacha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakturinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I seek blessings of all wonderful devotees assembled here so that I can speak something for my own purification. So we are so blessed to be here in Sri Mayapur-dham, birthplace of Lord Chaitanya and headquarters of our International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada has given us such a wonderful lifestyle. Every day in the morning, we can have a wonderful morning program, beginning with Mangalarati and then chanting Hare Krishna, and then every day hearing message of Kingdom God, message of Supreme Lord from Srimad Bhagavatam. Materialistic person, when they get up, they read the newspaper, and when one reads so many other news, mind gets agitated, disturbed. But just by reading Srimad Bhagavatam daily, one's hearts and minds can get purified. Yasavai shruyamanānaṁ Krishne parama purushe bhaktir utpade pumsam shoka moha bhaya apaha. In this world, everybody is suffering because of shoka, lamentation of the past. Oh, why did I do that? Why he did that? Why she did that? Why they did that? People are lamenting about the past. Or people are bewildered about the present, why things are happening the way they are happening. Or people are worried about future, bhaya, about future. So this shoka, moha, bhaya is what creates so much of miseries in conditioned souls' lives. But just by hearing message of Srimad Bhagavatam, here it said, shoka, moha, bhaya, apaha. Just by hearing, if you just read, hear, then one can free from lamentation of the past, illusion about the present, and also fear about future. So here we are discussing in 3rd canto, 16th chapter, the two doorkeepers of Vaikuṇṭha, Jaya and Vijaya, cursed by the sages. So this is a very amazing, beautiful, wonderful pastime. We see when Diti and Kashyap, Diti became pregnant, the whole sky became covered with darkness, clouds and very bad omens. So all devatas were wondering, why this is happening? What's going wrong here? That time Brahma explained this story, how once four Kumaras went to the gates of Vaikuṇṭha, and how they were stopped by Jaya Vijaya at the gates, and they became so furious, and then they cursed Jaya Vijaya. That time immediately Supreme Lord came hurriedly to the gate along with Mother Lakshmi, and immediately pacified these four Kumaras by his sweet words. He glorified these four Kumaras. He said, you are great Brahmanas, and how Brahmanas are most worthy, and how he says, I am servant of Brahmanas, and whatever greatness I have is because of serving Brahmanas. In this way, he just glorified them, and immediately they were completely pacified. And not only that, he said, actually, whatever offense my ignorant servants have committed, actually that is my offense only. So I beg forgiveness. So we see Lord's exemplary behavior. Lord took responsibility for the mistake of his servants and begged forgiveness. So immediately, Jaya Vijaya were so relieved, and they were so amazed by that quality of Supreme Lord. So it is said, when when servants commit mistake, actually responsibility goes to the master. And here we see, as ideal leader, how Supreme Lord Vishnu is taking responsibility. In material world, in condition stage, many times we see when great things happen, leader take responsibility, and some mistakes happens, they blame the subordinates. But here we see in dealing with the Lord, it's other way around. When anything wonderful happens, Lord gives credit to his servants. Mistake is happening, he is taking responsibility, and he is begging forgiveness. So this attitude is very pleasing to the servants. So Jaya Vijaya were deeply touched by this behavior of Supreme Lord. And also these Brahmanas, four Kumaras, they are also deeply touched, because these Brahmanas, four Kumaras, they are very angry, and angrily they cursed. So Lord, instead of coming there and becoming angry on four Kumaras, he tried to pacify them. So Prabhupada writes, when somebody is angry, especially devotees, we should not become angry on them. Rather, we should try to pacify. Sometimes Brahmanas or great devotees, superiors, sometimes they are angry. We can't become angry on them. We have to try to pacify them. So Supreme Lord is setting by his own example how he glorified them and pacified them. And they were confused actually. They couldn't understand whether Lord is really happy with us or he is angry on us. And their hearts were changed. Also when Lord came, the Tulsi from the lotus feet of Lord entered the nostrils of four Kumaras, and that also brought about great transformation in their hearts, and they became favorably inclined to our Lord. They became devotees. And here we see four Kumaras. After this beautiful dealings of Lord, four Kumaras are repenting their mistakes, repenting their cursing, and they are saying in verse number previous verse, O Lord, whatever punishment you wish to award to these two innocent persons, they are calling these two innocent persons. Earlier they were thinking these are the very offenders, but now they are saying these are innocent persons. Okay, whatever you want to wish, okay. Or also to us, if you want to punish us, we are ready, because we have cursed them unnecessarily. So if you want to punish us also, we shall accept without duplicity, whatever you say. We understand that we have cursed these two faultless persons. So Lord's behavior is so amazing that instead of four Kumaras become more angry, they became more reflective. And then they are saying, my dear Lord, maybe actually we committed mistake. Maybe they are faultless and it was our mistake. And if you want, you can punish us. Mm. Earlier they were convinced that Jaya Vijaya had committed mistake, and they were so angry they wanted to curse. They cursed also, but just by wonderful dealings of Lord, their hearts were transformed, and then they started reflecting. Prabhupada writes in Purport, the sages, the four Kumaras, now reject their cursing of the two doorkeepers, Jaya and Vijaya, because they are now conscious that persons who engage in the service of Lord cannot be at fault at any stage. It is said that anyone who has implicit faith in the service of Lord, or who actually engages in transcendental loving service of Lord, has all the good qualities of the demigods. Therefore, devotee cannot be at fault. If sometimes it is found that he is in error by accident or by some temporary arrangement, that should not be taken very seriously. The cursing of Jaya and Vijaya is here repented by four Kumaras. Now the Kumaras are thinking in terms of their position in the mode of passion and ignorance, and they are prepared to accept any kind of punishment from the Lord. In general, when dealing with devotees, we should not try to find faults. In Bhagavad-gītā also it is confirmed that devotees who faithfully serve the Supreme Lord, even if found to commit a gross mistake, should be considered a sadhu or saintly person. Due to former habits, he may commit some wrong, but because he is engaged in the service of Lord, that wrong should not be taken very seriously. So we see, yad yad acharati shreshtas tat tat eva torudana. However leader behaves, subordinate also behaves. If leader becomes angry, subordinate will also become angry. Or here we see, if leader doesn't take responsibility, he blames others, subordinate will also blame. Here, Supreme Lord is taking responsibility on behalf of his servant. He is saying, my mistake, and he is begging forgiveness. And he is glorifying, appreciating four Kumaras. So immediately they are humbled. And immediately they are thinking of their own mistake. Immediately they are repenting, and immediately they are saying, my dear Lord, okay, actually we committed mistake. So if you want to punish us for cursing your servants, you can punish us, because your servants are, can never do wrong. They are engaged in your service. So we see how humble dealing of the Lord transform the hearts of these four Kumaras. So humility is a great strength. Sometimes we think that by our power we can change people and make things happen. But more than that, actually, great things can happen by just humble dealings. We see Lord Chaitanya when he went to meet Prakashananda Saraswati, big scholar. Just by his humble dealings, it melted the heart of Prakashananda Saraswati. Immediately inspired him to serve Lord Chaitanya, and he picked him up from the lowly place and made him sit. And Lord Chaitanya very humbly dealt with him and humbly spoke with him. And then later on we see how these humble dealings transform the hearts of Prakashananda Saraswati. And definitely after that he also spoke elaborately about Vedanta Sutra and right interpretation of it and this thing. But if our dealings are not proper, people won't be open to hear, listen what we are saying. But if our dealings are proper, then later on they will hear also. So here we see amazing dealing of Supreme Lord, and now four Kumaras are ready to hear, and they are saying, my dear Lord, whatever you want to say, please tell us. So person opens up. But if one is, dealings are not proper, then person's heart get closed, because people feel very fearful and then they become defensive. But when we deal respectfully, humbly, people open up and their fear goes away, then they can be vulnerable, they can honestly, things can happen. So after these things, Lord explains to four Kumaras that don't worry, it's not your mistake, it is my will. It was my desire that my servants go to material world, and it's as per my desire they are going. It's not because of your curse. And we see yesterday Srimad was elaborately explaining how Lord had desired to fight, enjoy Virya Ras, and therefore Lord arranged his servants to go there so that he can have a wonderful fight. So nobody can curse great devotees of Lord. Because Supreme Lord always protect these great devotees. And curses may not have effect on devotees. However, if Lord wills, unless Lord sanctions, such things cannot happen. So here Lord is telling them that I sanctioned. So therefore they are going, so you don't worry. And after this, in today's verse, we see Brahma is saying that 4 Kumaras, after that they came back to the, I'll just read today's verse. Lord Brahma said, after seeing the Lord of Vaikuṇṭha, the Supreme Person Godhead, in the self-illuminated Vaikuṇṭha plant, the sages left that transcendental abode. So we see in Bhagavad-gītā, Kṛṣṇa is explaining about this transcendental abode. Na tad-suryato, na tad-bhāshato suryo, na shashanko, na pāvaka. How this abode is not illuminated by sun or moon or electricity, how it is self-illuminated. So Vaikuṇṭha. And Prabhupada writes in that purport that one should be captivated by this information. Sometimes we hear about something amazing in this material world, immediately want to go there. People always keep on releasing different teasers, different trailers, advertisement. Oh, when you go to Calcutta airport, there will be advertisement of Bombay. You go to Bombay, there will be advertisement of Delhi. You go to Delhi, there will be advertisement of Chennai. You go to, so everywhere people keep on some advertising. Just by seeing, one becomes captivated. And it is, somebody was saying 90% of plans people make just by seeing this advertisement, where they want to go to the next destination. So by hearing this description of Kingdom God, Prabhupada is saying that one should become captivated. Similarly, Prabhupada in his letter to Dr. Rajendra Prasad writes, my dear, His Excellency, he is glorifying him, and then he is saying that, my dear sir, somehow or other I have got clue to go back home, back to Godhead at the end of this very lifetime. And he said, don't think me something wonderful or madman. It's not that because I am so wonderful only I can go back home, back to Godhead, or when I am saying I am going back home, back to Godhead, I am madman. No, he said it's possible for anyone and everyone to go back home, back to Godhead. And he said, I want to take all the men and women of this world back home, back to Godhead. So I have started this magazine called Back to Godhead. And he said that after taking dinner, one is confident that he has sufficient taken prasad, and there is no doubt about it. Similarly, I am also very confident, without doubt, that at the end of this life I am going back home, back to Godhead. And he said this confidence is not just imaginary confidence. He said this confidence everybody can have. Anybody follows the process given by Lord Chaitanya, he can get that confidence and he can go back home, back to Godhead. So Lord Chaitanya also said, if you want to go back home, back to Godhead, we have to do two things. One is chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and not offend devotees. One of the greatest obstacles in our path of Krishna consciousness is when we criticize devotees, offend devotees. And that criticism and offenses come because we see with our material eyes. We don't see their connection with Lord. We don't see how glorious they are and how their service is so glorious. Like these 4 Kumaras, they saw the Jaya and Vijaya separate from Lord, and then they became angry and cursed. Similarly, sometimes small mistakes we may take it seriously, become angry on devotees or offend devotees. So one has to be very cautious. To get opportunity to be with devotees, live with devotees is greatest good fortune. And somehow we should not miss that by offending devotees. We see a very famous quote in Adi Puran. Kṛṣṇa is telling to Arjuna, Ye me bhakta jana partha, na me bhaktascha te jana, mad bhaktānaṁ che bhaktas, te me bhakta jana mata, te me bhakta tama mata. So those who are my devotees are actually not my devotees. But those who are devotees of my devotees are factually my devotees. So we see time and again, Lord very much emphasizes how we should learn to appreciate his devotees and not offend devotees. Because more we appreciate devotees and serve devotees, more Lord is pleased. But if we don't learn how to honor and respect devotees, appreciate devotees, then Lord won't be pleased. We know where is a famous story. In South India, there is a beautiful temple in Kanchipuram. How many of you visited Kanchipuram? There is Varadaraj deity. So there was a great devotee called Kanchipurna. Every day he used to go and serve the deities of Varadaraj. He is disciple of great Yamunacharya. And he was a very exalted person, and he had a great intimate relationship with the Lord. And his dealings with Lord were such that many times deity Varadaraj used to speak with him. And many times people, if they had any doubts, they would ask him, and he would ask the deities and get the answers and come and reply that to people. One time Ramanuja himself had many questions. So he asked Kanchipurna, Kanchipurna asked the deities, and deities replied and clarified the doubts of Ramanacharya. So this Varadaraj deity was very affectionately served by this Kanchipurna. One time, one humble, very insignificant small servant of Kanchipurna, he came and asked Kanchipurna that, my dear Kanchipurna, I have one question. Can you ask Varadaraj? He said, yes, please, what is your question? He said, please ask, when I will be delivered from this samsara? This material world is such a terrible place. When I will go back to Vaikuṇṭha? So later on, Varadaraj, this Kanchipurna goes, and when he was serving Varadaraj, he was fanning Varadaraj. Lord could understand that Kanchipurna has some question. So Lord spoke, so my dear Kanchipurna, you want to ask something to me? Then Kanchipurna said, yes, yes, I have some question. So Lord said, please ask, don't hesitate. He said, my question is, yesterday one servant of mine, he had come and he was asking that when he will be relieved from clutches of Maya, when he will get opportunity to go to Vaikuṇṭha. Then Lord Varadaraj said, oh, that devotee, he is such a wonderful servant of yours and he serves Vaishnavas so nicely. This is his last life. At the end of this life, he will come to me, to Vaikuṇṭha. So Kanchipurna becomes very happy. Later on he goes and informs that devotee, and that devotee becomes so happy that this is his last life in this material world, and at the end of life he will go back to Vaikuṇṭha. And some time passed later on, and then Kanchipurna developed doubt. He said, maybe that devotee is going back home, back to God at the end of life. Maybe I should also ask about myself. Let me go and ask about myself. What will happen to me when I will be delivered? Then again, when Kanchipurna goes and he is serving the Lord, he is fanning the Lord. Then Lord asks Kanchipurna, my dear Kanchipurna, it seems that you have some question, you want to ask something? But Kanchipurna was hesitating. Lord says, no problem, don't hesitate, ask. Then Kanchipurna asks that, my dear Lord, you said that that devotee is going back home, back to Godhead at the end of this life. What about me? Then Lord looked at him and said, my dear Kanchipurna, I don't know how much long time you will take. Maybe millions of lifetimes you will take to come to me. And then Lord said, actually, my devotees don't come to Vaikuṇṭha. He said, only devotees of my devotees, they come to Vaikuṇṭha. Because you are always serving me, I cannot tell you when you will come to Vaikuṇṭha. But that, as far as that devotee is concerned, because he serves Vaishnavas, therefore he is coming to Vaikuṇṭha. So this Kanchipurna was fanning Lord. When he heard this, immediately he kept the chamar there only and left. And then he was thinking, I have to serve Vaishnavas. But then he was thinking, nobody will accept service from me, because he was very much honored and respected Vaishnav. Who is going to accept service from him? So he disguised himself and he went to Srirangam, and he went to the house of Mahapurna. And when he went to Mahapurna and begged for service, he said, if there is any service, I will be happy to serve. Mahapurna said, there is no service. I don't have any service. He said, no, I don't want any salary, nothing, but I would like to serve something at least. You don't pay me anything. And then he said, you have Goshala, maybe I can take care of cows. And then he started taking care of cows, and along with cows, he started doing many other household things. And in this way, Kanchipurna served menially for many, many months. And it was only one time such monsoon were there, rainy season was there. And then when this Kanchipurna had gone with the cows out, he got wet. And then when he came back in the Goshala with the cows, that time Mahapurna was thinking, Arey, this coward boy, he must be very wet, so I should go and give him some dry clothes. I don't know whether he has dry clothes or not. So he also came to Goshala. Meanwhile, this Kanchipurna, because he had no other clothes, his clothes were wet, he wear his sadhu dress. And when this Mahapurna came and saw, that time he was able to recognize, Arey, this is not just a coward man, he is a great Kanchipurna, whom our great Acharya Yamunacharya glorified. So immediately he fell flat at him, his lotus feet, and said, oh, please forgive me, I did not recognize you, and I engage you in such menial services. But Kanchipurna said, no, it has been my great honor and pleasure. But then Kanchipurna realized now this Mahapurna will not accept any service. So he left. He thought, now I will find out some other place where I can serve. So he left Srirangam and on the way to Tirupati, he came to Varadaraj, Kanchipuram. And when he came to Kanchipuram, for a long time he had not taken darshan of Varadaraj. So he went to take darshan of Varadaraj. And when he went to take darshan of Varadaraj, then he went again. He took chamar and he did little seva, because he was missing that seva for long. And when Lord saw Kanchipurna, and he said, oh, my dear Kanchipurna, I am so pleased with you. And he said, I am happy to let you know that at the end of this very life, you will go back home, back to Vaikuṇṭha. You will come to me, to Vaikuṇṭha, because you have served the Vaishnavas. So this is secret, this great secret, that Aradhanam Sarveshnam Vishnur Aradhanam Param. Tasmat Paratam Devi Tadyanam Samarchanam. Among all worships, worship of Vishnu is supreme, but among higher than worship of Vishnu is worshipping or serving devotees of Vishnu. So if we serve devotees and not offend them, then we can very wonderfully progress on the path back home, back to Godhead. However, if we offend, that becomes a great obstacle. So here, literal Brahma is explaining to all the Devatas. So my dear Devatas, so this darkness has come is because of these two Jaya Vijaya. They have taken shelter in the womb of Diti, and they have come in a very demonic form. And he said, nobody can do anything. Even I cannot do anything. And you cannot do anything. Nobody can counteract now, because they have appeared as per the will of Lord, and nobody can counteract the will of Lord. So Prabhupada writes in this purport, in 36th purport, 3.16.36. He wanted to show that even though these two attendants were coming in the form of demons, they were very powerful, greater than the demigods, who could not control them. No one can surpass the acts of the Supreme Lord. The demigods were also advised not to try to counteract this incident, because it was ordered by the Lord. Similarly, anyone who is ordered by Lord to perform some action in this material world, especially preaching His glories, cannot be counteracted by anyone. The will of Lord is executed under all circumstances. So Prabhupada is saying that, this Hare Krishna movement, this chanting and preaching of Krishna is actually ordered by Lord. It's Lord Chaitanya's desire. Prithviti achayata nagaradigram. Sarvatra prachar hoiva mornam. This is my will, and in every town and village this chanting will be spread. And Prabhupada is saying, because this is will of Lord, nobody can counteract it. Nobody can stop it. Even devatas, best of the devatas, best of demons also cannot stop it. So we should have that confidence that yes, since this is the will of Lord, if I can just execute it, be part of it, ultimately there will be success. In between there will be some ups and downs, challenges, whatever. But with that faith, if one continues, we see Srila Prabhupada in Jalduta, he had that confidence. If you read these Jalduta songs, both the songs, one is Kṛṣṇa tava punya habe bhai, he's saying, yes, by the will of my spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, this holy name is being spread everywhere, in every town and village, in everywhere. So he has that confidence that in the instruction of his spiritual master and the instruction of Lord Chaitanya, that is going to be spread in every town and village. At the same time, he is thinking himself very fallen. He's saying, oh, I am not qualified. So please bless me. Similarly, next song which he wrote, in that also, Adham, Bado Kripa Kaila Krishna, Adha Mera Prati. So he's saying, oh my dear Lord, I don't know why you have brought to this Ugrastan, but I think you must have some plan. And then he's speaking that how it's very difficult. These people are covered by mode of passion ignorance. It's practically impossible to make them understand glories of your devotional service. But anybody hears this message of Bhagavatam repeatedly, he can understand. So my dear Lord, please empower me, bless me that I can present your message, and please bless them, they can understand. Because if they are able to hear and understand, then that will bring out transformation. So Prabhupada had great faith in this message of Bhagavatam, that this can bring out transformation. And similarly, in the end, he's saying, Bhakti nai, Vedanai, Name Khubdaro. I don't have bhakti, I don't have intelligence, but I have faith in holy name of Lord. One time, Bhakti Charan Maharaj writes in his Ocean of Mercy book that one time when Prabhupada came to Vrindavan, Krishna's Babaji Maharaj was there, and Prabhupada was there, and his god brothers were there, and they were in a friendly way discussing many things. Bhakti Charan Maharaj tells how this Krishna's Babaji Maharaj used to always chant Hare Krishna. He said many times he used to come to Mayapur, and Bhakti Charan Maharaj was telling that many times he used to stay in his apartment, in his room. He used to be room partner. And he said, whole day he will be speaking Krishna Katha, and sometimes it would be go late night, and then they used to sleep. And then whenever Bhakti Charan Maharaj used to get up early morning, he used to see that he was chanting. He said sometimes one week he used to come and stay with him. But he said he never saw him sleeping. All day he will be doing either chanting Hare Krishna or speaking Krishna Katha, day and night. So he was very attached to chanting the holy names of the Lord. So this Krishna's Babaji Maharaj and all Prabhupada and they had friendly talks. So Bhakti Charan Maharaj write in this book, and then Krishna's Babaji Maharaj asked some sannyasis that you are a very great scholar of English, and Bhaktivedanta Swami is also a great scholar of English. You are also a great scholar of Sanskrit, he is also a great scholar of English. He said, you also went abroad, he also went abroad. But he said, you did not become successful, but Bhaktivedanta Swami has become successful. Can you please tell me why? That sannyasi became a little embarrassed. He did not say anything. But then Krishna's Babaji Maharaj only answered his question. He said, because Swami Bhaktivedanta has faith in holy name. Because of his faith in holy name, actually he could transform the hearts of people. So Lord Chaitanya has come to deliver the world through this chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if we present this message of Bhagavatam and present these holy names, then this cannot be counteracted by anybody. But maybe when we are presenting, we are present in a humble mode. Tunadapi sunichena taroriva saishna amanina mandena kirtaniya sadhari. So then people's heart can be also opened to receive the message. So here Brahma is saying that, my dear devatas, now these two demons have there, you can't do anything to counteract. So you just have to take shelter of Lord. So Prabhupada writes, sometimes some things are there, here is said, when something is arranged by the Supreme Person Godhead, one should not be disturbed by it. Even it appears to be a reverse according to one's calculation. So sometimes some arrangements are there, may not be as per our will, but then we have to just accept it. For example, sometimes we see that a powerful preacher is killed, or sometimes is put into difficulty, just as Haridas Thakur was. This 37th verse. He was a great devotee who came into this material world to execute the will of the Lord by preaching Lord's glories. But Haridas Thakur was punished at the hands of Kazi by being beaten in 22 marketplaces. Similarly, Lord Jesus Christ was crucified, and Prahlad Maharaj was put through so many tribulations. The Pandavas, who were direct friends of Kṛṣṇa, lost their kingdom, their wife was insulted, and they had to undergo many severe tribulations. Seeing all these reverses affect devotees, one should not be disturbed. One should simply understand that in these matters there must be some plan of the Supreme Person Godhead. The Bhagavatam's conclusion is that a devotee is never disturbed by such reverses. He accepts even reverses as the grace of the Lord. One who continues to serve Lord even in reverse conditions is assured that he will go back to Godhead, back to Vaikuṇṭha planets. Lord Brahma assured the demigods that there was no use in talking about how the disturbing situation of darkness was taking place, since the actual fact was that it was ordered by the Supreme Lord. Brahma knew this because he was a great devotee. It was possible for him to understand the plan of the Lord. So, thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jaya, Srila Prabhupada ki jaya. So, we have a few minutes in case anybody has any comments. Yes, Prabhuji, if you have any comments or...
Question.
Hare Krishna.
See, certainly it's an important principle to never offend Vaishnavas. On this, can you hear?
Yes, trying to hear.
So certainly it's an important principle. At the same time, sometimes we see that some devotees who have, we could say, not so pure motivations, they use...
Some devotees who are not?
Who are not so pure in their motivations.
Okay, not pure in motivations, yes.
So they create a culture almost to create a shield and say, don't offend me, don't do Vaishnava parad. And this, socially speaking, within the community, allows certain behaviors to fester, to become worse and worse, until something explodes or something gets completely devastated. So I want to ask you as a leader of ISKCON and also as a person with a legal background, how to differentiate what is Vaishnava aparad, which should be completely avoided, and what should be encouraged in the sense of critical thinking, seeing that certain things, certain behaviors, or certain philosophies are damaging the community, and therefore speaking up.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kaunteya Prabhuji. So I'll speak few things, and then maybe you can also add, and Radhe Shampu can also add, and others can also add. So one thing is, when we say that we should not offend Vaishnavas, when we say that we should not offend Vaishnava, one should not think oneself to be Vaishnava. One should understand, I am just a struggling person, I am not a Vaishnava. So if somebody finds faults with me or criticizes me, one should not think it's Vaishnava aparad. So rather, if somebody finds fault me, criticize me, I should be grateful that, they are helping me to become a better Vaishnava. If we are getting offended by that, that means we have a long way to be a Vaishnava. So it is, but when we are dealing with others, we have to be very careful about rectifying others or criticizing others and all these things. So yes, definitely we should not create a culture where wrong things are promoted and everybody becomes blind followers and then ruin our beautiful spiritual culture. So definitely, if anything we see wrong, or our intelligence, we can't be just blindly saying that everything is first class. But if we observe that something is wrong and is not as per the proper etiquettes or proper behavior or as per proper philosophy, then we can think how to rectify that. So if you see some Vaishnava is inappropriate dealing, we can ask these three questions to us. O-M-A. O-M-A. O means we have to reconfirm whether our observation is right or wrong. Because many times we may have only half information, or we only have seen half thing. So we try to see the complete picture. So, and we have to be sure that our observations are wrong, or observations are right. Many times we may not have clear understanding of the matter or so. But when we understand, yes, my observation is correct, definitely there is something wrong happening, this person or this situation, these things are going wrong. So when we are sure that observation is wrong, our observation is right, that things are going wrong, then we can ask second question to ourselves, our motives. What is my motive? Yes, I see that thing is wrong, I want to rectify it, but why I want to rectify it? Is it that because I have enmity towards that devotee, I want to put him down? Or is it that I want to become get some special name, fame, glory? Or what is my motive? Is really to help that person or help the moment, or if there is some other material motive in that? So when you observe that, yes, my motive is right, I have nothing material in my heart, and I have no enmity towards him, I have no envy. So then we can just ask our third question. A, am I authorized? Have I authority, either managerial authority or moral authority, or whether that person considers me as authority who can accept my feedback? So if you see that our observation is right, our motive is also right, and he also accepts us as authority, or we are also in authority position, then we can directly deal and confront, talk and address the matter. But if that person doesn't accept us as authority, or we are not authority, then we can find appropriate authority who can deal with that matter. So we can't just ignore it. Okay, I may not be authority, or he may not accept me as authority, but there are authorities. In ISKCON, everybody has authority. Nobody is without authority. So we have to bring it to right authority who can address that, so that he can be benefited, he can be rectified, and the society can be this thing. So similarly, so our observation is right, but motives are not right, then we should not act, because if motives are not right, it will have boomerang effect. Suppose I have some hatred towards someone, he does wrong, if I correct him, even if correction may be right, the result is wrong. His lower nature will get fired up and things will become more complicated. So then we have to find out somebody who has a better relationship, who doesn't have enmity or negative towards him, who can, then there is a better sense of impact. Or we need to work on ourselves so that whatever negativity is there in heart about that can be removed, and then neutrally or positively we can help him to these things. So this is some of the things we can do, but definitely, as you are saying, in name of appreciating Vaishnava, we can't allow people to be doing wrong things and spoiling the culture. At the same time, how we do that, we should be very careful. Definitely, we should be very careful that our observations are right, motives are right, and right people rectify the matter. Therefore, there is need of wonderful leaders who can be always watchful and set proper standards and timely rectify, so that this glorious mission and this glorious path is available for future generations as well. So maybe if you want to address few more things, you can please. How?
No, thanks. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Prabhuji, you want to tell this very important question? Yeah.
I have learnt from my spiritual master in handling situations in Pune. He said we should see whenever there is a fault in anybody, at 3 levels we should see: individually, and then within the group in which that person is in, and in community level. 3 levels we should see. For example, in a particular community, somebody has got into some money laundering or illicit relation or something like that. Vaishnava, we should not speak. Some people say like that. Other people keep talking about it to everybody, and the whole community gets polluted by that. Instead of that, what should one do is, okay, this is the person suffering, has done something. Immediately one should find out, should this matter be escalated to everybody in the community, or it should be locally sorted out? So immediately his authority should be consulted and the matter should be told. And then in case he's connected with illicitly to somebody, get married properly and settle, become peaceful. And if he has become peaceful, the matter should be closed. So then he will be able to continue to live in the community. The person with whom he was connecting is married now. They both are living peacefully now. So let them live. Or if he is doing any money laundering, then that has to be, one has to know how to, in a very civilized way, bring the matter to the community so that his being a devotee is not affected. He should be able to continue living as a devotee, not that he is removed. As Prabhupada said, reform them, don't remove them, he said.
Okay. So thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Gaur.